Hi everyone, my name is Prabjot Singh. So we are continuing with the session of Bulldoze weekly issues. So in this issue, which is very important for examination point of view, because we are going to cover up the presidential election, the manner of presidential election, the way how the president is elected, and some facts about it. Before starting this session, I would like you to please subscribe this channel, click the bell icon, so whenever we upload any video you get the notification about that. So as per the week 3, so the first topic is the presidential election. So before starting the presidential election, we need to know about the about the constitution. Article 54 of the constitution, it states about the election of president. Election of president. In the same way, Article 55, it states the manner of election. Manner of election, and we all know why it is in news, because in the end of this month, in July, we have the 16th presidential election. The present president is Mr. Ramnath Kovind. Now he is going to replace with another election. The tenure of the president is 5 years, right? So unlike we know that president is a nominal head. He didn't have any kind of a real power. Real executive, real head of this country is the prime minister. President a nominal head, and he is also supreme commander of the armed forces. Secondly, he is also the first citizen of India. It's a very important constitutional post. Unlike we have a prime ministerial or this parliamentary form of the government, we didn't have this presidential form of the government. If we compare our political system with the US political system, there we find the presidential form of a government, right? The structure, the political structure, you can say, the functioning of the government is totally different from ours, right? So in this way, there's a qualification for the office of president. Like he should be citizen of India. He should have completed the age of 35 years of age at least, and he should be qualified for the election as a member of Lok Sabha. Otherwise, for the election of Lok Sabha, the minimum age required is 25, right? And he should not hold any office of profit. Now here, what is office of profit? Office of profit here basically means whether that person is getting a minimum amount of income from some department, of some government department, you can say, or not, but he should be full-time available for the people, right? If he's an office of profit, so he's serving somewhere else, so he will not contribute or serve himself for the people of this country. So that's why he should be free from any office of profit. Then for the election of president, there is an electoral roll, right? There is an electoral college. So what is this electoral college, and what this electoral college consists of? This electoral college consists of the elected member of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, right? We all know in Lok Sabha there are 543 elected members. Initially there were 545 because the 2 members were nominated the Anglo-Indian community, but recent 105th Amendment Act, it is clear that these 2 members will not be nominated by the president from that period onward. So that's why there are only 553 members, who are directly elected by the people, right? And next is the Rajya Sabha members. Rajya Sabha member, there are 233 elected members, right? There are 12 members here nominated. So nominated member, they are not part of the electoral college, because that is, they do not take part in the election of president. So 243 plus 233, it is equal to 776 members, right? There are 776 members. On the other hand, the elected members of legislative assemblies of the states, all the 28 states, the legislative members of those states will also be the part of this electoral college. And elected member of legislative assemblies of UTs, there are only 2 UTs which have their own legislative assembly, that is Delhi and Puducherry. But in future, the Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir, but right now it's the UT, but there is no election. But in future, that General Assembly, that Legislative Assembly will also be, the member of that Legislative Assembly will also be the part of the election of president. Then is no nominated member from Rajya Sabha. I already told you there are 12 nominated members. They will not take part. They are nominated by the president only. The person who belongs to science, art, literature and social work. So they are nominated by the president. So 12 members from that. So they will not take part. Then is state UT's legislature. No nominated member from the Rajya Sabha. State UTs, because there are some states where one member, at least one member from the Anglo-Indian community is nominated by the governor. So that member will also not take part in that election. Elected and nominated member from Legislative Council, right? There are 5 states which have their own legislative council, like in the central, in the Union of India, there's upper house and lower house. Upper house is Rajya Sabha, lower house is Lok Sabha. In the same way, in the state system also, there are 2 houses. Lower house is called as legislative assemblies and the upper house is called a legislative council. But not all of the state has their own legislative councils. So there are only few states. Which are these few states which have their own legislative council? That is Karnataka, UP, Maharashtra, Andhra and Telangana, right? So these are the only states which have their own legislative councils. But in the election of president, the legislative council elected and nominated both members will not take part in the election, because the obviously reason, the logic is that because not all of the 28 states have their own legislative councils, right? So that's the reason. So these are the members who take part in the election. Now the next question comes whether the value of vote in the election of president is same for all. No, it is not same for all. The value of vote of one MP, that is from the parliament, it is different, and the value of vote from the MLA of the MLAs, they are different, right? Now let's see further. So it starts with the nomination stage. Now how this president is elected, it starts with the nomination stage. First of all, he is going to be nominated. So for the nomination, they required 50 proposers and 50 seconders. What are the proposers and seconders? For example, I want some A person to be a president. So I am proposing his name. So in the same way, I need 49 other members like me, right? The 50 members who will propose the name of that A, right? 50 seconders here means other 50% who supports the proposers. You getting my point? मतलब 50 बंदे जो A बंदे को support करे और 50 बंदे जो उन 50 को support करे, that is called as seconders. So these are called as 50 proposers and 50 seconders. On the other hand, I already told you there is a value of each vote, right? For example, the value of each vote of MLA is not same for all. Why? Let me give you one formula. This is one formula which is used. Like for MLA, one MLA vote value is equal to total population of state divided by total MLAs into 1 by 1000, right? This is the formula for one MLA, right? Obviously, the state which has largest population, the numerator, its numerator will be high, so the value of that state's MLA is higher, right? For example, let's take an example of UP. UP's population around about 20.5 crore, right? So as compared to other states, the population of UP is very high. So value of vote of one MLA of UP, it has the largest value. So that's why in elections, all political parties they had a very they are focused on the UP elections because they want maximum number of their candidate won from this UP elections, right? Because the value of vote of one MLA is very high and the value of vote, obviously MP is very much required for the UP. 80 members are there in UP Lok Sabha, for the UP Lok Sabha. So if any political party won the seats from this UP election, so they will not have way to Delhi. So the way to Delhi is from the UP. We should know about the Indian politics. So obviously, value of vote of MLAs, they vary from state to state. The state which has a higher population, it has a largest value. Now let me give you that UP vote of one MLA of UP's vote is around about 208, right? If one MLA vote is equivalent to 208, right? Second one is Maharashtra. it is 175, and the least is Arunachal. Arunachal is 8 because of less population and all, definitely. So this is a vote of one MLA. Now let's talk about one MP. The vote of one MP, there is another formula which is called as total value of all MLAs. जितने भी MLAs पूरी इंडिया में है, यूपी, महाराष्ट्र, बिहार एंड all MLAs divided by total MPs elected, not nominated, elected. It is the value of one MP. So here we see one MP is the value of vote of one MP is stable, right? It is same for all. So one MP value vote value is around about 708. If we calculate, it is about 708, right? So this is the value of one MP, and this is the value of one MLA. I hope you understand here. Next is, right, I already explained this. So here, how the election of president, how the election of president is administered in India. So it is taken care by Election Commission, first of all. Election Commission, and if any dispute occur in the election of president, it will go directly to the Supreme Court. If any dispute happens in election of president, it will directly go to Supreme Court. This is a very two important points. The second one is the process in which the election of president happens. It is called as proportional representation. Proportional representation by single transferable voting system. Here means if someone gets 50% plus one vote, he will become president. Like unlike the Lok Sabha election or MLA election, if anyone get only one seat or one vote extra, right, he will become MP or he will become MLA. But for the president or the single transferable voting system, if someone gets 50% plus one votes, right, 50% plus one, that is the first past the post rule. You can say that who first passed the post, this is you can say that person will become the president of India. Here no EVM is used, here a ballot paper is used, and the MPs or MLAs, the Electoral College, they will give preference. Now let me give you an example. Obviously if you have two candidates, so it is very much easy to get 50% plus one vote. For the sake of example, I'm having three candidates here, right? So for the three candidates here, total Electoral College is 20. I'm getting a hypothetical example here, right? There are three candidates and total Electoral College is 20. Well, 20 people are going to vote for the president's election. So here will be an ballot paper, right? There will be a ballot paper. The name of the candidates A, B and C, who is contesting an election of president. Now the person who is going to vote for the election, they will not give one vote, they will give you a preference. What do you mean with this preference? For example, preference, if someone wants to make candidate A as president, so he will give preference 1. If someone wants C to be a second preference, he will give you second preference, and B will give third preference, right? If any candidate will get 11 first preference, he will become president. There are total 20 votes na, 10 plus 1, 11. Anyone will get 11 first preferences, he will become the president of India, right? So like for example, there is a ballot paper, right? There is a ballot paper. There are three candidates A, B and C. Total votes 20. Need 11. But if there are two candidates, it is very much easy for the candidate to get any one of the candidate to get the 50% plus 1. For the sake of an example, I am getting three candidates. For example, 1, 2 and 3. A get first preference you can say 7 times, right? B get first preference, you can say 8 times, and C get first preference, you can say 5 times. There are total 20 votes. 7 plus 8 plus 5, 7 plus 8 15, 5 plus 5 20. So but no one gets 11 votes. You getting my point? But no one gets 11 votes. To become a president of India, one need to get 11 votes. But here the least candidate who gets least number of first preferences, that is 5, he will be ruled out. He'll be ruled out. So in that case, the ballot paper of C will be opened. Now the ballot paper of C will be opened. Now they will see सेकंड प्रेफरेंस, क्योंकि फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस सी को मिली है ना, उसमें देखेंगे सेकंड प्रेफरेंस ए और बी में से ज्यादा किसको मिली है. तो दे विल सी द सेकंड प्रेफरेंस फॉर एग्जांपल इज गिवन 4 times to A and 1 time to B, बिकॉज देयर आर टोटल 5 ना. ए को सेकंड प्रेफरेंस 4 बार मिली है और बी को सेकंड प्रेफरेंस 1 बार मिली है. तो टोटल ए को फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस कितनी होगी 11 और बी को कितनी होगी 9. तो जीता कौन 11, क्योंकि हमको 11 वोट्स वहां पे चाहिए थी. तो ए विल बिकम द President of India. This is how the president of, this is the first past the post, this is a proportional representation by single transferable voting system. In the same way vice president is elected, in the same way MPs of Rajya Sabha is elected, right? This is the same way. I hope you understand with this. Next is, let me give you some facts about the presidents of India. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the first president of India. He is also the only president who served the office twice, right? He served the office twice and becoming the longest serving president, right? Next one is Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan was the first vice president to become the president of India, right? So whenever the president of India is not in office, or he died or he resigned, the vice president of India will take care of his office, right? If vice president of India is also not there, then the chief justice of India, and when chief justice of India is also not there, the highest the senior most judge of the Supreme Court. It happens only once that Dr. Justice M. Hidayatullah, he was the chief justice of India at that time, he becomes the president of India because vice president of India died, VP was not available at his office, so he becomes the president. And whenever any person will become the president, all power, peaks, perks, salaries, allowances, he will be enjoyed the same like the president of India, right? And Zakir Hussain was the third president of India, also the first Muslim president, and he was the first president who died in his office. And there were 2 presidents of India who died in his office. One is Dr. Zakir Hussain, another one is Dr. Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad. Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad. So these are the 2 presidents of India who died in his office, right? Next is, so 2 presidents I already told you. So Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy, the first CM of Andhra Pradesh, he also becomes the president of India, and he is also the youngest president at the age of 64. And Mrs. Pratibha Devi Patil is the first women president of India. And the present president of India, Mr. Ramnath Kovind, he was ex-governor of Bihar, right? Now the fresh election will be there. Now let's see who will become the president of India. The front runner of the president in the president's election from the BJP or the UPA government, NDA government, is present vice president is Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. Now let's see who become the president. So this was about the election of the manner of election of the president, right? So I'm signing off now. Before signing off, if you like this video, if you get something, please subscribe this channel, click the bell icon, so whenever we upload another video, you get the notification about that. Till then, I'm signing off now. Thank you.